Hey everybody, I am on for the midweek message, Wednesday, April 3rd. All right. I'm not going to go too deep into all of the stuff that's going on astrologically because it is a ton and it's all over the place. If you are following anything or even have been seeing my posts of late, you know that there are just all kinds of things that are happening. We have a devil comet, we have a total solar eclipse on the 8th on Monday. We had just had a lunar eclipse last week. We are in between some transits that we've never experienced as a group of people on this planet that have been able to record it before. And just life as a human right now is spendy and frustrating and difficult and wonderful and terrible and beautiful and all of the things. And it's funny even. It's hilarious. And it's a lot. And I myself have been going through my own transitions, as everyone else is too, and been experiencing just different layers of stuff just sloughing off. And, we're in Mercury retrograde right now, which don't fear Mercury retrograde. Respect it. Respect what it's trying to show you. It's trying to show you that there is more to you. And there is something more to the patterns and the shit that you put yourself through, especially the self-sabotage. That's the biggest thing. So it's not so much the fact that, like in retrograde, you're supposed to be so concerned about all of these things, or you're supposed to be so worried about the communication problems and the technology, and don't sign this and don't make a decision about that. It really isn't so much that energy with Aries. It's more about what are the things that in the past you have not selected yourself as the first thing that you should have checked in with. That's it. Aries is the baby of the zodiac, but admittedly, the first one is the baby with the squeaky, the squeaky wheel, the one that's crying and whining and saying like, me, is it my turn yet? And that's the energy that Aries energy has. It also has a energy of frustration and anger, and it wants to get shit done. It wants to get things moving. Yet the rest of the energy that we have and the mix and match sort of combo that we've rolled on the dice here is not allowing us to do a whole lot. But we're getting pelted with energy coming from all angles. So people are like, oh, what about this eclipse? This whole thing. Some people are fearing it. Some people think it's bullshit. Some people think it's the coolest thing. Some people could care less. And that's just kind of the vibe. Whatever flavor, whatever thing that you choose is right for you, because it's all about you. It's all about what you want out of this. And I think that's the biggest takeaway, is that we can talk about the collective and we can talk about the bigger picture, but we are the picture. We are the biggest picture. And when you all boil it and distill it all down to its bare little bones and its teeny little bits, it's really all about you. And your perspective is the only thing that matters. Your actions, your dreams, your goals, your wants are the only thing that matters. But the way in which you get those things rolling and accomplish those things and how it affects other people is what you need to pay attention to. And that is the energy of now. So the sloughing off feeling and the feeling of taking off layer after layer, sometimes flaying of skin that it feels like, that's my situation. It's harrowing. It puts you in a place where the universe says, hey, I need you to sit the fuck down and deal with this stuff. Okay. Yes, God Daddy. All right, and here we are. I'm going to jump into the cards. All right, so if you chose one, your card is Mountain Goddess. There's a 28. It's a beautiful card. I'm trying to get it in here like the best way. I'm really drawn to the open hand. And I see the face and all of that thing, but it's the open hands and what is emanating from the hands that I'm really interested in. And this energy of releasing and letting go the things that are no longer serving you is really paramount here. This is the big stuff for you, one. Now, the phrase is high vibration, mindfulness, power of the mind. Where are you overthinking? Where are you spinning your wheels about something? And this feels very elevated, no pun intended here with the mountain. But it's more about your perspective at this time is the thing that needs to shift, because your energy is literally dissipating like the fallen snow. Like it's just blowing around and it has nowhere to land. And maybe that's what you're feeling, because I do feel a kind of like a spaciness. There may even be some sort of, you may be experiencing some dizziness, maybe a little bit of vertigo. That's pretty normal, especially with the ascension symptoms, path and the things that are happening now. We're energetic bodies, right? So anything that's happening in the ethers and in the cosmos is going to affect us because it affects the electromagnetic field, and we are made of water. And what affects water? Well, the tides, are affected by the moon and the gravitational pull and the magnetization and so on and so forth. There are all of these things that affect the natural world, and we are this natural world, guys. And I think that that's the thing that we forget, is that we have to take it down to a level that is not so elevated. That's not to say that you can't go higher. That's not to say that being up in the clouds and in the higher chakras is where you can't be. It's just that your mind can do amazing things, and you want to make sure that you've got that thing aimed in a direction that's going to serve you, because everything is trying to distract you against it. And you run the risk of really tuckering yourself out for no reason. And that's the thing that we don't have in spades, is the energy. We don't have a lot of it, of our own energy, right? And now is the time for you, one, to be able to take another moment and capitalize on the fact that you may be going through a resting period. You may have an opportunity, or something may take you offline and put you in a place where you need to take some space for yourself. The 28 on the card is a 10, right? And that's a 1. Ones have to do with manifestation, and also have to do with the great I am, which is you, which I is, okay? Which is you too. So take care of yourself, allow yourself to have some restful space, and try and utilize the focus that you want to have. Like, see that in the mind space, like focus a little bit more on a plan. Maybe you need to sit down and kind of flesh this out on a piece of paper if you're that kind of person, or maybe you need an app, or maybe you need, to talk it out with a friend. But there are some things that you need to kind of cast off, because it's clouding this really awesome focus that you could really be tapping into right now. And that feels a little wonky. Okay. All right. And then 2, if you chose 2, your card is the Path of the Gods. Decisions, meetings, future plans. This is a beautiful card. So for you too, and the number 2 as well, you've been going through a transitional phase. And this is something that's been happening since, I'm hearing, September to November. So I'm hearing this is like a fall situation that this has been coming through. Something, a decision, or something, a meeting that was going to be occurring, or maybe it is something that you're waiting to find out something about that occurred at that time. Now, the decisions that you need to make, don't worry so much about what that decision is. And also, please don't let the Mercury retrograde nonsense make you feel like you can't make a decision here, or if you sign something, this is the worst time. That's not always true. And I think it's more like, can you just give yourself some space around the fact that maybe you need to look something over, or maybe you need to talk about it or sleep on it, or say, hold on a second, I want to check a couple things first. I think it's that kind of slowdown. It's not I can't possibly buy a new car right now because it's Mercury retrograde, or I need to get an apartment and I can't sign this lease until this shit's up. No. I think that's silly. Forgive me if you don't feel the same way. You have help. You're going to have help in this decision process, and the people that you meet along the way, and this is the thing that started in the fall, it's going to resolve. And that resolution, though, you're going to have to rely on some people, and you're going to have to really trust these people that you don't know very well. And unfortunately, that is a lesson in itself. And what I found personally myself through the things that I've been dealing with is that you kind of just have to go, all right, I let go. Take it. My hands are up. I can't make this a thing anymore. I can't try and control this. I can't steer this. I just have to trust that this person that came in that has this information, and this other person that wants to help with this, that they are somehow on their game, and they are going to know what is up, or they wouldn't be here in my space. They wouldn't be the person that needs to come through for me. Okay? you can rely on yourself and know that the future plans that you're looking to make here are going to bear fruit. It's a collaborative thing too. And the number 2 as well, it connects to the concept of duality, the light and dark, the feminine masculine, yin yang, you know, black white, go on and on and on and so on and so forth, right? But there is balance there, and that is what's being sought. I also connect 2s to guardian angels and your spirit team showing up and saying, hey, I see you. So if you needed that message, hey, I see you. And if you'd like some clarity on how you can access that for yourself, or if you'd want some clarity through me, please contact me and we can do a private session. I would love to do that with you. All right, 3. If you chose 3, your card is kindred spirits, spirit companions, guides, comfort. I'm really drawn to this little box, or a book. It looks like a box to me. Right there. And you see the face of this amazing entity that has come close. Oh, 3, I feel you. You are not alone. You're not alone in this, although it's been really difficult. There's been a lot of grieving that you're going through, and these layers are heavy. But you're closer than you've ever been. And the signs are everywhere. You just have to really look for them. And some of it is going to require you to kind of spend some time with yourself. Some of these things aren't going to happen when you're, you know, bustling around running to work, or stuck in traffic, or on a phone call, or, you know, staying up watching TV at night, brushing your teeth. You know, it's like, it's these things that are going to happen in a quick moment when you're not really paying attention to what's going on. Listen, I'm also hearing, I'm feeling like I'm feeling a big heat. I'm feeling pressure in my left ear, and that there's a lot of like tingling vibes. So there's a message that's on its way to you 3 that's going to be coming through. And it's going to be coming through in advertising, or it's going to be coming through in some sort of print. It's going to be something that you see on a wall. It's going to be something that comes up on a screen. It's going to be really rando, but it's going to be a phrase or something that's going to hit the right note for you, and you're going to know it when you see it. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to need to go out right now and just start scanning everything. It's so easy to want to draw that into yourself, but it's going to be more elusive than that, okay? So you just need to relax and let it come to you. And look down here. Oh, focus. You see that little spirit sprite on this little wildflower down here in the corner? It's beautiful. All right, and this is a 5. And fives have to do with things being switched up in order for something else to happen. So there might be something on its way that you haven't, that you're feeling. I think you're feeling something that's coming up. And you are going to be meeting more people that are more in line with what it is that you want to do and your vibe. You might be finding that like your friends aren't necessarily the people, and I don't mean super close friends, but you're kind of shifting groups. You might even be having people who are coming in and coming out. And that's another thing globally across everyone. This time of year, and it's when people are in souls are moving in and out. People are losing loved ones and you know, dear companions, and for a lot of them, it's time to go. And it's not anything other than the desire to have a shift because they have work to do, or there is things that need to be accomplished with their energy that can no longer be accomplished here right now. And we're experiencing those losses and feeling those feelings, and especially you 3. Okay? Just know that the big word for me here is comfort. It sticks out very much. And I see you. And I hope that this gives you some comfort. You are seen and heard. Even if you think they're not listening or showing or expressing to you. They are there, and they see you, and they hear you, and they love you. And there is nothing that... There's nothing more for you to do than just keep loving. And what they want is for you to love yourself back and allow yourself that space to feel what you feel and not judge yourself and not put a clock on it for you either. Okay? All right. So those are the messages this week. I would love to hear how they land for you. So please leave me some information below. Feedback was awesome. If you would like to work with me, would love to work with you. So please check out my website for private readings and sessions, and we can hook up and see what we can do for one another. I am really, truly blessed to be in this space with you. Thank you so much for your patience as I'm trying to get myself acclimated and back on screen. And life is a little jumbly, but I know that reshuffle, as it usually happens for me around this time of year every year, is necessary. So know that if you're experiencing that as well, you get through it and you learn things that you couldn't learn any other way. I would like to learn them in a less painful way, but I'm still working on that. And maybe you are too. So I see you. All right. Peace.